Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, let's look at how to solve algebraic functions when x tends to infinity. So, if we have a function with the numerator as an algebraic expression with a degree m and then denominator as an algebraic expression with a degree n, then if m is greater than n, then f of x is limit is equal to infinity. If m is equal to n, then the value is nothing but a1 by a2. If m is less than n, then the function limit will be equal to 0. It's very simple, you can understand that. If m is greater than n, you will get x to the power of m minus n term, which is positive, x to the power of positive root, because m minus n is positive. And you know x is infinity, so infinity to the power of something is again infinity only. Whereas if m equal to n, you will see that x to the power of m and x to the power of m or n, they will cancel out because m equal to n. So you are left out with a1 by a2. On the other side, if m is less than n, then you will see that x to the power of m minus n will be negative, or it will be nothing but 1 by x1 by infinity, which is nothing but equal to 0. So let us try to solve some simple examples based on that. Step by step we will do that. Here we go. The first example, let's have a look at that. Limit x tends to infinity, x square plus 5x minus 2 divided by 2x square minus 5x plus 1. We just understood that it depends upon what is x to the power of m minus n. X to the power of m minus n, or let us say what is the value of m here, m equal to 2. What is the value of n? N equal to 2. M equal to n, so it is nothing but a1 by a2. But how will you prove that? We will prove it in this way. We will take x square out, we will write it as 1 plus 5x by x square minus 2 by x square divided by x square into 2 minus 5x by x square plus 1 by x square. This everything limit as x tends to infinity. This is nothing but equal to, you can see that when you apply them, x square will cancel, okay. You know that x by x square is x. When x tends to infinity, 1 by x square, all of them tend to 0. In the last session, we understood this, that if f of x goes to infinity, 1 by f of x will be goes to 0. So this is nothing but equal to 1 plus 0 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 0 plus 0. That's equal to 1 by 2. So the answer for that is nothing but equal to 1 by 2. So how we have solved that? We have seen that m equal to n. We know when m equal to n, you are able to take the degree out from both of them. You see that you have constants 1 and 2. Remaining all terms will become 0. So your answer will be 1 by 2. Let's look into the next example. Limit x tends to minus infinity, 5x cube plus 4 divided by square root of 2x to the power of 4 plus 1. So you can see that if I take square root of x to the power of 4, it will be nothing but equal to x square, and in the numerator I have x cube. So it will be nothing but x cube by x square. That means m is greater than n, so the answer should be infinity. So let's solve that. I can take x cube, 5 plus 4 by x cube. This everything is limit. X tends to minus infinity. I have divided by if I take x square out, I will have 2 plus 1 by x to the power of 4. I hope you are okay, comfortable with that. If you take x to the power of 4 here, this becomes the square root of x to the power of 4 into 2 plus 1 by x to the power of 4, and this x to the power of 4 I brought it out so that it will become x square. Now you have x into 5 plus 4 by x cube divided by square root of 2 plus 1 by x to the power of 4. This is nothing but equal to whatever the values you have here. X 5 plus 4 by x cube is nothing but x. So again I have to write here limit as x tends to infinity. When x tends to infinity, 1 by x cube tends to 0. 1 by x cube tends to 0. So this will become 0 divided by square root of 2 plus again 0, but this is multiplied by infinity. So that's nothing but equal to infinity. So this is the case where m is greater than n. The above one is the case where m is equal to n. That's why we got the answer as a1 by a2. Here m is greater than n. Now let us look at the case where m is less than n. So if you solve this, if I take x square common, I will have 3 plus 4x by x square plus 5 by x square divided by x cube into 2 plus 3x by x cube minus 7 by x cube. That is nothing but equal to x square will go x times. So I will have 1 by x. This is again limit. Even I forgotten, please don't forget that. I tend to forget that. Limit x tends to infinity. This is nothing but equal to let me write it down. This is nothing but equal to numerator will be 3 plus 4 by x plus 5 by x square divided by 2 plus 3 by x square minus 7 by x cube into x. So now if you substitute the values, you will have 3 plus 0 plus 0 divided by 2 plus 0 minus 0 into 1 by, you know that when x tends to infinity, 1 by x tends to 0. So this will be nothing but equal to 0 into something is 0. So your answer is 0. So this is how you can solve the problems when x tends to infinity. We will solve one more problem before we wrap up, where we will use squeeze theorem in this. But other than that, let me just summarize what we have done. Very simple topic. If you look at any time a limit where x is tending to infinity, see that what is the highest power in numerator, highest power in denominator. If numerator is power is more than denominator, that is m is greater than n, then the value of the limit will be infinity. If both are equal, the value will be nothing but the ratio of their coefficients, or a1 by a2. If m is less than n, then the value will be equal to 0. We will solve one more interesting problem and wrap up this topic. Let's look at this problem. We have been asked to find out the limit of x tends to infinity 2 plus cos square x by x plus 2007. Now these type of problems, how to do trigonometric. So what we will do, we will leverage the squeeze theorem, which says that cos x will be between -1 less than or equal to cos x less than or equal to 1. Then if you square cos square x, all your negative values will become positive. So you will be between 0 less than or equal to cos x, cos square x less than or equal to 1. Now I will leverage the squeeze theorem and say that if I add 2 here first, it will be nothing but 2 less than or equal to 2 plus cos square x is less than or equal to 3. Then I will say next step will be dividing by x plus 2007. So it becomes 2 by x plus 2007 is less than or equal to 2 plus cos square x divided by x plus 2007 less than or equal to 3 divided by 3 divided by x plus 2007. Now we can use squeeze theorem here. We know, so what we are now, let's apply limit on that. We will say limit x tends to infinity for this, and also limit x tends to infinity for this, and also limit x tends to infinity for this. Now what is the value of limit x tends to infinity? 2 by x plus 2007. So in the numerator the power is 0, and so can I write it as 2 by, in the denominator it is 1, so I will take it. It will become 1 plus 2007 by x. So limit x tends to infinity. Now you see that now denominator is more than the numerator. That means this value will be nothing but equal to 0. We already seen that this is the case where m is less than n. So it should be 0. Now also if you see this one, this is also equal to 0. Limit of 3 by x into 1 plus 2007 by x. That's nothing but equal to limit of 3. We know that everything 1 by x will be nothing but equal to 0. So anyway I will write it down. 3 by 1 plus 0 into 0, because 1 by x tends to 0. So this is all nothing but equal to 0. So you have f of x equal to 0 and h of x equal to 0, then g of x should be also equal to 0. This is what squeeze theorem says. So based on that we can say that by squeeze theorem, since limit x tends to infinity, f of x is equal to 0 and h of x is equal to 0, therefore g of x, which is between f of x and h of x, should be equal to 0, because in that interval we see that the values are f of x is less than g of x is less than h of x. So that's how we can solve these type of problems using squeeze theorem. We will do one more and we'll wrap it up. Let's look at this example. Limit x tends to minus infinity. We have to find the value of 6x square minus cos 3x by x square plus 5. Whenever we see trigonometric functions, immediately we will say minus 1 less than or equal to cos 3x less than or equal to 1. So I will write it down here again. Minus 1 less than or equal to cos 3x less than or equal to 1. So if you add 6x square on both sides, it becomes 6x square minus 1 less than or equal to 6x square minus cos 3x. 6x square, just 1 minute. 6x square minus cos 3x less than or equal to 6x square plus 1. I can write one more step here. Even you multiply with minus 1 also, it will be the same. Maybe I can write one more step here. Minus 1 less than or equal to cos 3x less than or equal to 1. Or also even you multiply with them also, the values will be between minus 1 and 1 only. 6x square minus 1 less than or equal to 6x square minus cos 3x less than or equal to 6x square plus 1. Now we will divide by x square plus 5. So we will say 6x square minus 1 divided by x square plus 5. Limit x tends to minus infinity less than or equal to limit x tends to minus infinity 6x square minus cos 3x divided by x square plus 5, that is less than or equal to limit x tends to minus infinity 6x square plus 1 divided by 2x square plus 5. Now let's look at both extremes. What is the limit value? You can check there, here. This is nothing but equal to limit x tends to minus infinity. You see that both the powers are same. That means degrees are same. So it will be nothing but coefficients ratio. But anyway, we will check it. We will say x square into 6 minus 1 by x square divided by x square into 1 plus 5 by x square. Now x square will cancel. You see that x tends to minus infinity. 6, 1 by x square will be 0. Similarly, 1 plus 5 by x square also will be 0. So that's nothing but equal to 6. Similarly, you come here and we check here. We will have same logic. X square into 6 plus 1 by x square divided by x square into 1 plus 5 by x square square cancels, and if you apply limit x tends to minus infinity on that, you will have 6 plus 0 by 1 plus 0, that is also equal to 6. So this value should be equal to 6 by sandwich theorem or squeeze theorem. We should have this value also should be equal to 6. So that's how we can solve problems related to infinity. So I hope you are okay and comfortable with that. Please do let me know your feedback. If you face any difficulties, I'll try to reply back to you, answer to try to solve your queries. So that's about it. I'll catch you again in the next session. We'll continue with continuity of limits.